history have written the idea that women were oppressed throughout history is an appalling theory. They haven't had a great time though, have they?
Who has had a great time in history?
The men have had less of a...
Really? Have they? By what standard?
Well, I'm just saying if you're...
How about war?
Yeah, but it took longer for women to get the vote, and women belong to their husbands. It's like, aren't there some clearly obvious things that...
There are inequalities in the catastrophes that the genders are subject to. Everybody had it rough. You say, well, did men or women have it worse? It's like, well, that's a complicated question. But one of the things you can say is everybody had it pretty damn bad.
He said, understanding the dark side of pet ownership, true stories of animal attacks. Assigning a want for death to the animal, pet ownership is often filled with love, joy, and companionship. However, there are instances where the bond between humans and their pets can take a dark turn.
You cited freedom of speech in that. Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that?
So you haven't sat there and... I'm just trying to work that out. I mean...
Ha, gotcha.
Explores chilling true stories of pet owners who faced unexpected and dangerous situations with their beloved animals. These narratives serve as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of animal behavior and the importance of safety in pet ownership. The hippo that turned deadly. One shocking incident involved a man named Marius, a 40-year-old resident of South Africa who had a close relationship with...
They're more likely to move, they're more likely to work outside, they're more likely to participate in jobs in the STEM fields that are scalable, they make more money for those reasons, and that's all hidden under the idea that the reason that men and women make different amounts of money is because of their gender. It's a very simplistic analysis.
So you're saying that anyone who believes in equality, whether you call them feminists, call them whatever you want to call them, should basically give up because it ain't gonna happen.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I didn't say that women shouldn't be striving for the top or anything like that, because I don't believe that for a second.
Striving for the top, but you're going to put all those hurdles in their way, as has been in their way for centuries, and that's fine. You're saying that's fine.
No, I really
the
think
patriarchal system is just
that's
fine.
Silly. I do. I think that's silly.
Successful women, though, basically have to wear the trousers, in your view. They have to sort of become men to succeed, is what you're saying.
Certainly, masculine traits are going to be helpful. If you're going to be successful, you need to be smart, conscientious, and tough.
Well, here's a radical idea. Why don't the bosses adopt some female traits so that women don't have to fight and get their sharp elbows out for the pay rises? It's just accepted if they're doing the same job, they get the same pay.
The market sets the damn game. It's like...
And the market is dominated by men.
No, it's not. It's not. The market is dominated by women. They make 80% of the consumer decisions. That's not the case at all.
The hippopotamus named Humphrey. Marius often shared images of himself riding Humphrey, showcasing their bond. The hippo responded to Marius's calls and enjoyed playful interactions, even allowing him to brush his teeth. However, one day while playing in the water, Humphrey suddenly turned aggressive. In a moment of fury, the hippo attacked Marius, inflicting severe injuries. Marius was unable to escape the water, leading to a tragic end as he succumbed to the attack. The aftermath revealed broken bones in his neck and ribs, illustrating the horrific consequences of underestimating a wild animal's instincts. Tragedy in the pig pen. Another disturbing case occurred in Oregon, where a farmer named Terry Gore, aged 70, was found dead in the pig pen. On September 27, he went to feed his pigs and vanished for several hours. Concerned relatives searched for him and discovered his remains, which had been partially consumed by the pigs. All that was left were his dentures and small fragments of his body, leaving witnesses in shock. This incident raises questions about the dangers of keeping potentially aggressive animals and the importance of safety protocols when interacting with livestock. Fatal encounter with wolves. MT5. A tragic event unfolded at a zoo in Sweden, where a female zookeeper...
That has nothing to do with the question. The question is if there's evidence of structural inequality and oppression because women aren't precisely represented at 50% in all professions at all levels, then why don't we have a conversation about having women represented in all professions at all levels? Why do we talk about the C-suite, for example? Why do we talk about politics and positions of power? Why don't we talk about it across the board?
Okay, so let's just pause and...
Yeah, but that's because it's power.
Aged 30, was killed by a pack of wolves. The zookeeper had been feeding the wolves when they suddenly attacked her. Despite the presence of other staff, they were unable to intervene in time to save her. The wolves, typically known for their docile behavior around humans, exhibited a primal instinct that shocked everyone involved. The investigation into the incident revealed that the wolves had been raised in captivity and had always been calm around their caregivers. This incident highlights the unpredictability of animal behavior, even in familiar settings.
All of the countries, come up to that conclusion that a woman who has the same position as a man.
Women and men who do the same job, the women end up getting paid less?
Yes.
And you control for everything else? No, sorry, the data's wrong. There's at least 16 reasons. Men work longer hours. If you work 10% longer hours, you make 40% more money. Men work in more dangerous positions. So there's a wage advantage for working in more dangerous positions.
You're saying that there were many different points that explain why we come up to that final statistic, but that if you look at the reasons why, then it's because men work longer, more than women, and
they work in more dangerous positions. They're more likely to work outside.
I'll take it.
The chimpanzee rampage. In a horrifying incident from 2009, a pet chimpanzee named Travis, raised by a human family, attacked a friend of the family. Travis, weighing over 200 pounds, had been a beloved member of the household, often treated like a child. However, one day he became agitated and violently assaulted his caregiver's friend, causing severe facial injuries. Despite being raised in a nurturing environment, Travis's wild instincts took over, leading to a brutal attack that left the victim permanently disfigured. This incident serves as a cautionary tale about the risks associated with keeping wild animals as pets. Lessons learned. These stories illustrate the potential dangers of pet ownership, especially with wild or large animals. While many pet owners experience loving relationships with their animals, it is crucial to recognize the inherent risks involved. Understanding animal behavior, providing proper training, and maintaining safety protocols can help mitigate these risks. As much as we may love our pets, it is essential to remember that they are still animals with instincts that can sometimes lead to dangerous situations. Always prioritize safety for both humans and animals.
Male engineers as there are female engineers, then obviously the degree to which the female engineers are proficient cannot be the same as the degree to which the male engineers are proficient. It's mathematically impossible.
So you're saying don't even try?
I'm saying something much more specific than that. Now, one company might be able to do that for a short period of time in one isolated location. But there, of course, if you have a new manager come in and he's doing all sorts of new things, there's 50 reasons why the company is going to fail or succeed. And you can say, well, it was because of the gender equity policies. It's like, yeah, well, it's a multivariate problem.